this is where the real men stand up and be counted. And how many times have we seen it from this man who is about now to get this game into progress, and that's Kevin Sinfield.
Yes, Sinfield starts us off. The kickoff bounces away from Lancashire, and it will be brought back up the field by Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. Well, the Saints won here 30 points to 22 in May. It was their only win in a truly desperate 8-match sequence then. It shows how they can lift when they come to Headingley, and the stakes tonight could not be higher.
It's all about composure in this early march, and you can see there that this is the key man. James Roby is on the first run from the dummy half position. He's going to be a key factor, and so is this fella Wilkin with a kick downfield. It's a classic one. That is a beauty kick.
Good kick. Hardacre trapped it with the foot, and here comes St Helens, led by John Wilkin and Willie Manu. Now then, what can Ben Jones-Bishop do here when he goes down under the challenge of 3 white jerseys? Rob Burrows waiting. He gets the ball away to Kevin Sinfield. And Leeds, well, they're facing some ferocious defence here. That was Ryan Hall. Here is Burrow onto Peacock. He lets it go. And Maguire's pass was eventually taken in by Brett Delaney.
Yeah, just a little bit behind him. Did well to actually keep it, pull it in.
This is a big bonus for Leeds today when Jamie Jones-Buchanan was past fit to play. Burrow sends it right to Sinfield. It goes high off the boot of Kevin Sinfield. Lomax is underneath this and pounces it cleanly. Great chase though from Jamie Peacock.
Certainly is, and it was a great high kick. That's all you need. Gives you an attacking run, get to him. It's going to be difficult for Saints to get out of it.
These are the building blocks, aren't they? Is Peacock offside, perhaps just in front of the kicker. Theory maybe he was supposed to allow the guy to run for 10 metres, but maybe we did just stay about behind time. You know, Leeds' success over recent years in playoffs and grand finals has been based on strong foundations, like making sure when your opponents get the ball, it's close to their own line and they're surrounded by a wall of Rhino defenders. That's how they've started this match as well.
We've reached the last tackle. Wilkin with the kick, left-footed, and it bounces kindly into the arms of Zach Hardacre. Sean, you fully recovered?
Yes, I put my teeth back in. We're okay now. We're all right. Look, one of the things that coaches will set before a game that the players will talk about and try to adhere to is perhaps completing your first 5 sets of the game, which teams believe gets you into the match. Everybody gets a touch. Everybody gets to chase a kick and be involved. But it can set your standards. And I think both these sides tonight, we've seen very few passes so far, and we certainly haven't seen a penalty. So both these sides are just testing it out, feeling each other out, seeing how they can go. But they're just focusing entirely on getting to a kick and applying pressure.
Good backwards run from Carney Lulawai. Burrow scampers away from dummy half. Here is Delaney again. Manu got to him, and he was finished off by Wilkin. He'll play it to Burrow. Burrow then to Sinfield. Here is Maguire. Maguire gives it width and finds Joel Moon. Moon then finds Ryan Hall. He was taken out by Makinson. And there's a penalty coming for Leeds.
Great work by the winger, Ryan Hall. Put the pressure on Makinson. Knew he couldn't get around him, and you can see Makinson just drags him back. Lack of composure there by Makinson. Perhaps he's thinking, rather not give the try away, give the penalty instead.
So here's a great chance for Leeds to open the scoring. Lulawai, 9 metres away from the line. Burrow will find Maguire. Maguire drops the shoulder, delays the pass and doesn't give the pass. Takes the tackle instead himself. 3 metres away from the St Helens line. Burrow to Sinfield. Back on the inside from Sinfield to Hardacre. And Hardacre will try and go round them. But good tackling. Low down by Pulatua and Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. Now it's Burrow again. Here is Jamie Peacock. Peacock then to Sinfield. Sinfield to Outlet.
Great defence though. Good work by Josh Jones. Ball and all tackle, couldn't go blown.
Burrow fires a flat pass and Jamie Jones-Buchanan hits it at pace. And he is brought down right on the Saints goal line. Burrow is there. Fires it to Sinfield. He'll kick it wide. And well claimed by Adam Smith. And well claimed by Ben Jones-Bishop. Switch sorted in the field of play. Ben Jones-Bishop forced it back over the line.
Yeah, the ball in the line, in the goal line, so that means it's a drop out. That was a perfect kick there. He did well to take it though, Adam Swift, under a lot of pressure. But they didn't take him out whilst he was in the air. They're complaining, the Saints fans, and perhaps Ben Jones-Bishop, a little bit of a throttle tackle.
And also, did he not ground that in the field of play, Stuart Cummings?
Well, he did, but the momentum didn't finish until it ended up in goal, so the decision is correct. It was grounded in goal.
So pressure here then from the Rhinos. The goal line dropout from Saints gets over the halfway line and goes over the shoulder of Hardacre. They went backwards, says Phil Bentham. Here is Peacock.
Oh, he was very, very lucky there. That was a little bit lackadaisical there.
Borough again. Here comes Ablett on the charge, on the angled run.
And that's what Ablett can bring to the forward pack. Make sure he's running very, very quickly to play the ball area.
Maguire will have a dash at the line. He will give it then to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. That was a very important tackle, that was, by Wilkin. Here is Sinfield running up the line, escaping the clutches of one. Dumps it over the top. Touch, and that's offside, isn't it, by
He said play on.
Was that not a knock on by Saints?
Well, it certainly looked that way. I think Wilkin. No, it's not Wilkin.
I think the ball goes backward from Wilkin on that one.
Well, that's the way the referee saw it as well.
This is a real start to a rugby league game,
No, that's a
isn't it?
knock on.
This is what we want to see, isn't it? Saints put under pressure, having to defend their own line. If you have to get through to week 3 in the playoffs, you should have to work hard for it. And I think whoever progresses in this match will know that they've made that extra effort here. Saints shifting the ball wide, deep inside their own half. That favoured left side where they've had so much success this year.
Great offload from Manu to Wilkin. He finds Swift. And they cover back through the Leeds Rhinos and bring him down. That was Callum Watkins and Ben Jones-Bishop. Wilkin then with a high crossfield bomb. Underneath it is Zach Hardacre.
Yeah, a touch too far. Needed to be a little bit shorter. Try to entice the fullback in towards the onrushing traffic, but it was quite easy for him to defuse that.
6.5 minutes gone, 0-0. The winners here go into the club call, into the mix on Sunday. You'll see the outcome of that midday on Sky Sports News. The club call this year will be live on Sky Sports News.
Well, the pace of this game is absolutely wonderful. We didn't expect anything as quick as this, but boy, they're really being business.
Jamie Peacock just standing tall and keeping the momentum going for Leeds, but only a couple of metres inside the Saints half. This is the last tackle, and Sinfield slides the kick in, and Tommy Makinson is content to allow that to run dead in goal. Well, the Saints season looked ready to implode between April and June. 7 defeats and 8 in the Super League and the Challenge Cup. They'd done just the one. That was here on Monday Night Super League in May. 30 points to 22, and they were 16-0 down, the Saints, inside the first 20 minutes. We've played 7.5 minutes here now, and we're still awaiting the first try of this match. Nathan Brown and Kieran Cunningham watching on from the sideline as Pulatua takes it forward again for the Saints. Pulatua, Salford bound, plays the ball to Roby. He was just outside the 40-metre mark, was Roby. Didn't make the 20 anyway.
Not a bad option, though. Roby realises that it's been an arm wrestle. Let's get down into the Leeds half. And they'll be trying to hunt the mistake, but not surprisingly, just over 8 minutes gone in this game, not one clean break. That's how good the defence is, and Brian McDermott knew they had to improve on their performance last week against Warrington. He's been working hard in that department, especially to keep an eye on that one man, James Roby, at the dummy half position.
And just something tactically I've noticed again tonight with Leeds. I pointed this out last week when they played Warrington. Just notice Rob Burrow when he plays. He's now at dummy half and he'll stay there for the majority of the game. Probably stay there all game while they're attacking. But when Leeds defend, he goes and sits 2 in from the sideline. So he sits just inside Ryan Hall on the left-hand side. So it frees him up. So we're not surprised that at some point in the game, he's going to threaten you with the football because he's relatively fresh.
Well, Joel Moon tried to release that pass, did release the pass, and Saints dropped on it gratefully. Here comes Tony Pulatua now.
Well, that was poor play by Moon. They really have to get into the situation where you kick them back. Saints won't make that error.
You know, last week Leeds conceded 7 tries in it. 5 of them came directly after a handling error made by the Rhinos. I know you're going to make mistakes, but the defensive response has to be adequate here.
It does when Roby has a little scamper at you, and Roby is halted by Jones Buchanan and also Delaney. Ohio was dummy half. Here is Wilkin, and he almost got through, but Peacock to the rescue for the Rhinos. Here comes the last tackle for Saints. Ohio is running it. They'll dab it to the in-goal area now. Oh, it bounces very unkindly for Hardacre, but he does well to duck under the challenges. And there's a penalty here because Melly had his hand in as Hardacre was trying to get a quick play the ball away.
Well, he got sucked in, did Melly? And he won't get a pat on the back from his coach Nathan Brown because the kick was good. It put him into a good situation. It was also a swinging arm from, I think it was Willie Mano got the swinging arm on top, but give away a penalty there when you just got in a good position and applying the pressure.
Leeds Rhinos won at Langtry Park in March. That came a week after they lost the World Club Challenge to Melbourne. They won at Langtry Park 20 points to 12. 2 tries on that occasion from Ryan Hall. And here they come again with Brett Delaney. That's the third tackle. They're still inside their own half. Ablett gets into St Helens territory. Ohio's after him, so too Jordan Turner.
And that's all they need, Leeds. Just get over the halfway line so that we can get the... Oh, good work!
It's a great break from Joel Moon. Great tackle from Lomax, but he's still got the ball away to Maguire. He spins it wide. It went in front of Callum Watkins. He traps it with the boot. And Watkins sees a gap and goes for it. Turns the ball back then to Hardacre. St Helens dropping off the tackles with remarkable ease here from the Leeds point of view. But they got back there. This is the last coming up. Jamie Jones Buchanan, 4 metres away. Back it comes to Sinfield. Here's the kick through. And watched all the way by Tommy Makinson. And Makinson trying to return with interest. Halted by the tackle from the Leeds captain.
How on earth did St Helens scramble back in defence there? It was absolutely superb. They kept switching the ball, Leeds. But they were up for this on that defence.
Well, last week at Warrington, I thought Ryan Hall and Joel Moon on this left side for Leeds didn't really offer as much as they could. They are world-class players. You see Moon there involved in that tackle. And I'm guessing tonight Leeds know if they want to go through here and be successful, those guys are going to have to really convert their chances. And it's Saints wide on the left again.
It is, and they have a man on the overlap, and that man is Adam Swift. And he's quick, but that's a great cover tackle by Sinfield. And he bundled the young winger into touch as well.
You've got to give a lot of credit, though, to the young winger. He really just put it into top gear. Sinfield to the rescue. Off he goes. Nothing better in rugby league than to see the winger just go through, and it just hit that whitewash. Came to the rescue from the skipper. Looked to be a problem for Danny Maguire. He seems to be carrying a bit of a limp there.
Yeah, what happened, Steve, it was when, I think it was Tommy Makins got the ball just under the post. Danny Maguire went to make the tackle, and it looked like he might have rolled his ankle because he actually pulled out of the tackle. And I watched him come back for a couple of plays virtually for that set. And he was very ginger indeed, and he was moving closer and closer to the sideline, which is an indication he needed a break. He didn't want to get involved in play, but he's looking like he's coming good now.
Looking to get away with that, Josh Jones. There's a second push then. Here is Moon again. A couple of half breaks from Joel Moon already tonight. Sinfield to Peacock. Good hit by Roby, and Pulatua there for good measure as well. They're in centre field of the Rhinos with Sinfield. Now Burrow, here's Jamie Jones Buchanan. Went for the gap between Roby and Pulatua. Here's Carl Ablett. And Ablett is taken down by Lance Ohio. This is the last tackle coming up here.
It's got to be the bomb. Get it up.
It's going out wide from the left boot of Rob Burrow. Looking for Ben Jones-Bishop, finding him. But the tackle is completed by Francis Melly. And the ball will be handed over to St Helens, 12 metres away from their own line.
And another great indication of the defences from both sides. Eddie, you mentioned there's only, what, 2 clean breaks. Both come from Joel Moon. But in this situation, when you make those breaks, you've got to turn them into points. And I'm afraid the Rhinos have not done that.
Last week's defeat at Warrington for Leeds was their first in playoff football since Wigan denied them a trip to Old Trafford, winning on this ground 26 points to 6. But Saints love coming to Headingley, looking for a 4th straight victory on this pitch. And, well, what do we have? 14 minutes. The 14 minutes have flown by. And this has got all the makings of a classic. Roby to Lomax. They go wide to Wilkin. Left-footed from Wilkin into the open space. And this will just take a bounce from it? No, I thought it was on its way out, but it didn't go, and Hardaker has to run it back. He gets as far as Adam Swift.
That was a tremendous kick by John Wilkin. Didn't want to get it too hard, he just wanted to push it into the corner so that it hit terra firma, bounce around. That gives the extra seconds so the defence can get lined up. And boy, both defences are pretty solid.
That's Ryan Hall who goes down under that challenge. John Wilkin. Great kick from him, and at the centre of the operation, of course, with the standoff role for the Saints. Burrow to Ablett.
Pretty conservative, isn't it, that Eddie? The only obsession is to get up along the halfway line, control possession when they've had it, and then put some pressure on here with this type of kick.
That's a great kick. It's a super kick from Burrow. Lomax was first to reach it and gets it away to Adam Swift. They rely on this kid's pace, don't they? And he's got that to burn.
Yeah, they've got him into a good position. Look at his positional sense here. Lomax takes it on the half volley. Tremendous work by the fullback Lomax.
And all the space that was found then by the kick from the Leeds Rhinos. Here is Lomax. He needs two for 50 with Saints.
Sorry, Eddie. Problem with Callum Watkins. He's not right. As we mentioned before this game started, we wonder how many, because it's been a long season, how many of these players would have gone onto the field of play with having a needle. That's a great kick from Wilkin.
Another delicate chip that is from Wilkin. It stays in the field of play. Hardaker has to run it back and gets only as far as the kicker.
Well, it's quite clear that they don't want to kick the ball near Ryan Hall, do they? They've tried to, every opportunity, kick the ball to Ben Jones-Bishop or that side of the field so Zach Hardaker can take it. You do know that Ryan Hall's going to get the ball at some point in this set, and that's an important one that they've got to cope with, but it looks as though here he's going to drift away back onto the left wing now.
Ryan Hall operating in centre field at the moment. He keeps drifting over towards that right wing from his left.
It's also a couple of times that John Wilkin has kicked down the left side of St Helens, the right side of Leeds, and I think Zach Hardaker's been caught out he's been caught out a little bit. I think he's too far across. Maybe there's a message going out from the coach to tell him he's got to push across a little bit and work a little bit more with his wingers in that particular play.
That's the full-back, Zach Hardaker. He got 2 tries in the defeat last week at Warrington. He hasn't scored at home since June. That's a nice kick from Sinfield to find touch over on the far side.
Yeah, common sense, that's what it takes. And really, it's a little bit like a game of chess. No side really wants to be a little bit adventurous, try a little run around, maybe a chip over the top. They just want to get into a good percentage field position. And that's what Sinfield has already done.
Eddie, what I was starting to talk about in the studio before I had my coughing fit was the fact that if you split this field up longitudinally into...
talking about anything in the studio.
You're right. If you split up longitudinally into thirds, currently the ball's in what we would call the final third for the Leeds Rhinos, even though they haven't got the ball. This was the area they didn't spend enough time in last week against Warrington. They spent it in the other 2 thirds that you don't really want to be in, and they made mistakes. And I think, Phil, what you touched on earlier was the fact that Leeds are a bit conservative tonight. They're just trying to get up there and force an error. They want to play up there, but they don't want to play. They don't want to offload the ball too much and throw too many passes too far away from the try line.
It's St Helens who are gradually inching their way towards Leeds territory. They're there now with Lance O'Hire. And O'Hire gives it to Lomax. It's suddenly opened up for Lomax. He was halted. I don't know whether that tackle was completed, in all fairness.
Listen, boys, whoa. The elbow's hit the ground, therefore you can't pass it.
Well, that should have been play on.
That should have been play on.
Yeah.
It should have been play on. The tackle wasn't complete.
And why is he now given the penalty? He's given the penalty because he says he passed the ball after the tackle was completed. His ball carrying arm had hit the ground.
Well, I think we'll see here that nobody's actually hold of him when he's on the ground, so he's entitled to get up and play on, so pass the ball.
Yeah, he's made an error there, as Phil Bentham, but the Leeds fans won't be worried about that.
No, Saints might be.
Just to back up the point that Sean was talking about, the number of play the balls that Leeds have had in that position now, more than 3 times down here now, and they're on the charge here. Great position to back find the first score.
Here Kirk's got the ball. It's his 22nd consecutive appearance tonight. He played it to Burrow. Here is Maguire. Maguire then to Sinfield. Flat pass from Sinfield to Watkins. Great tackle low down by Francis Melly. And Watkins asking for the penalty and getting one.
Wilkin is furious. Well, Melly has pulled off a magnificent tackle. and then just drags his arm away.
They've taken the tap.
Yeah.
Yes, they have taken the tap. Sinfield finding Jamie Jones-Buchanan. They're 5 metres away, the Leeds Rhinos, with Sinfield again. Back it comes to Burrow. Burrow then to Maguire. Maguire gives it width and finds Ablett. He goes inside O'Hire. He hangs on to his shirt tail. He'll get to his feet and play it. And here is Jamie Peacock. Peacock short ball to Kirk. And Kirk, a man with 5 grand final winners' rings in his trophy cabinet, will stand and play it to Sinfield. Sinfield then to Burrow. Burrow with a bullet pass on the ground, finds Watkins. Watkins dinks it in behind everybody, and it goes touch and go, and the chance is gone.
Yeah, it's the only option that's left open to Leeds at the moment, because St Helens' defence is pretty solid. He dinks it in, but there's no chance for his winger, Jones Bishop, to get anywhere near it. Bit frustration written all over Brian McDermott's face. But it's not surprising that the kicking game will come to the fore during this, because the way these the two defences are just getting into each other, it's going to be something very, very special to break it down.
A record 9 grand final appearances Old Trafford, but they've lost on the last 5, 4 of them against Leeds.
Really impressive opening quarter for the Rhinos, wasn't it? They've done everything right, control possession, and the meters they've made really would suggest that they'd be in front. You get a feeling, don't you? They're probably trying to goal ahead of Saints, but that fantastic commitment by Roby and his teammates to keep them out has kept the score 0-0.
Great work by Sinfield.
It was an even better work here from Hardacre. Fantastic run from St Hardacre.
Quick play the ball is what's needed. Lomax get up to him, pushed him down. Referee says get on with it.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Boy, that was vital seconds, and Johnny Lomax just kept hold of the fullback, Hardacre.
Look out, this Brook is pulled on. Jamie Jones-Buchanan there by Wilkin. Here goes Burrow. One of those scampering little runs of his. Finds Watkins. He turns into trouble. That's LaFranchi who gets him down on the tackle. Tackle number 3 for the Rhinos. Now it's with Delaney. Delaney then back to Maguire. Maguire finds Ablett. And Ablett just jinks inside Maguire. Tries to go past Josh Jones.
There's a big problem with Danny Maguire. He's not right. He's having to take first receive, but he's not taking and asking the question. Peacock is.
Yes, Peacock to within 2 metres of the Saints line. And a knock on.
He's not happy with it at all. Frustration. He reckons that ball was flicked out. Josh Jones got a fingertip to it.
Well, St Helens are absolutely gasping here. They're relieved to have prevented a try. Kevin Sinfield flicks it up. This is a wonderful run by Zach Hardacre, and as the Saints defence starts to tire, if they don't have some communication and a few players in front of him, he will rip through that line and carry the ball upfield. They're just about holding the line and just praying for a penalty or a break or something to turn their way here. A lapse in concentration from Leeds to allow them out of this ruthless pressure that they're under.
Oh, great work by Rob Burrow there. He sensed they were going to go on that short blind side. Picked it straight out. This is going to be difficult to Saints to get out of their own quarter.
Yes, it is. And Leeds know that. They're flying in with the tackles. That's 3 gone, this set of 6. They're still inside their own 20. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook gets away from 1. Can't get away from Peacock, though. And Roby finds Wilkin. He gives it width and finds Lomax. Lomax will give it out wide and a melee, and it bounces off Nelly's front, back and shoulder and into the arms of Maguire. It's the 0 tackles.
Yeah, it wasn't a great pass. It was going high.
Leeds have got the mistake from Saints. Here they come.
Lomax crossed there. It was a hard pass going high. No way in the world they're going to take that in. Oh, that's a great run.
It's probably time to capitalise on this field position too. I think Leeds need to score.
It's with Burrow. Burrow then to Maguire. Oh, O'Hire missed him first time, got him second time with a bit of help from Soliola.
This is where Rob Burrow, he hasn't teased them yet. Take them on.
Moon flicks it forward to knock on. Well, a lot of field position for Leeds, but as yet, no reward. 23.5 minutes, 0-0.
Yeah, no chance. Joe Moon just could not flick it on. Ablett got it off, but he was put under pressure. Brian McDermott just a little bit frustrated about it. He knows He knows that this percentage that they are having way down in that red zone of St Helens, and they still have yet to score. He knows that it's going to turn around. It always does.
Well, they need to do everything they can not to become frustrated. Patience is the key. Continue to play as they have been. Put the pressure on, as I guess Jones Buchanan and his teammates here are going to do on the Saints carrier ball to get forward. Just hope that eventually you will break your opponents down for that try.
Well, we are 1 weekend away from the big night, October the 5th. There's the numbers, there's the website. Saints want to be there. Here is making some great run from him. Leeds want to be there as well to defend their title. This is Roby. First chance for a while for St Helens to apply some pressure on this Leeds line, and Lomax will do that.
Good trained up by Lomax as well, because they've got an option to go either way. Roby's gone down the left side.
Yes, with Wilkin, and he pops it up. And here comes Manu. He's broke through one, he's broke through two. A good job that Delaney was there. Roby short ball. And it's Louis McCarthy, I think. Louis McCarthy Scarborough trying to battle his way over the line. He is held up.
Boy, that was desperate defence. We've seen it from both sides. McCarthy Scarborough looked as though he was going to go dip into it. Hamlet got underneath.
That's great defence from Leeds on their own line.
Certainly was, and the way that Maguire stopped him spinning. Once Maguire get over the top, you're not moving it. Still got a chance.
They had this with the last tackle, though. The ball was bouncing awkwardly in front of Ryan Hall, but look, they've given it to Ryan Hall off the kick for maybe the first time tonight, and he's made 10 good metres forward before he's brought down. That's why they've been kicking down the left-hand channel, Saints.
Well, he's so
give it to
strong.
this fellow.
Yeah, he's so strong. He's had a very slow start. And you asked him himself, Ryan Hall, to admit that it's not been the best season.
Oh, Jamie Jones Buchanan. He's in a lot of strife. He was only pass fit late this afternoon.
I think
Brian McDermott thought he was going with Chris Clarkson, but Jamie Jones Buchanan, it looks like his match might be over. That's a deep kick from Rob Burrow.
It's a great kick as well. But what's the chase like? Oh, it's tremendous. Well, that's the end.
Not good signs that for Leeds or Jamie Jones Buchanan. Lomax gets it away to Adam Swift again. Hat-trick hero against Hull KR last week. The 20-year-old winger. 13 tries he scored now, 18 actually, in 15 St Helens appearances. All up, 13 tries in 2013. Tremendous return.
Well, St Helens have just absorbed all that pressure, and now it's their time to sort of say, okay, we're going to give it back to this Leeds outfit. Quite happy to just trundle it through.
Josh Jones goes down. Just inside his own half. Roby finds O'Hire. The kick from O'Hire. Bailey was coming in, the lead substitute, but he got the kick away. It seemed to take an eternity, actually, to reach Zach Hardacre. That's allowed Saints to move up in one solid white line.
Boy, you can see a lot of these Leeds players, they find it tough to get back behind the line. There's 3 or 4.
You know, there was a playoff game in Australian Rugby League recently that ended up 4-0, just one try in the match. And the way these two sides are defending, you've got a feeling that this game could be equally as low scoring. Fantastic effort from both teams. They know the importance that every single action in this match has for their side.
You would think, though, Phil, at this late stage of the season, with all this tackling that both sides are going to have to do, it will open up at some stage.
Well, maybe not, Eddie. And, you know, sometimes some of the best games are low-scoring ones. I think we've had a great 27 minutes so far.
We have. And the coaches are making the changes. That's a young Liam Sutcliffe out there who's just played the ball. This kick is all along the line and sits up nicely for Lomax.
Nice kick on that short line. The biggest problem I feel from Leeds' point of view is that you can see every time that Danny Maguire gets the ball, he's not moving towards it. All he's doing is just utilising himself as a link. You need more out there. He's got to test the opposition. There's a problem there.
He's not right, Steve, Danny Maguire. There's no doubt about it. I've been watching him off the ball. He's not right at all. He's doing well to stay on the field.
Turner gets it away to Josh Jones. Josh Jones gives it then to Wilkin, who hit it at pace, but they're clawing at him. He still gets the ball away. Back to Jones, though. And Big Louis goes down on halfway. That's tackle number 5. Last one coming up here then for the Saints. The kick from Wilkin. Again, down that left-hand channel with a bit of backspin. Will it stay in the field of play? No, it won't.
Yeah, the idea of keeping it away from Ryan Hall, that is for sure. is an operator who's wilking out there on that left-hand side. But there's real problems for Brian McDermott, as Sean has already admitted with me, is that it's going to be left up to the likes of Rob Barrow to be the only one that can really confuse this St Helens defence.
Well, he's still out there, Danny Maguire. And while he is there, his presence is a nuisance for any opposition. And talking of a nuisance, how about this from Albert? Albert is not tackled. He finds Rob Burrow. And Burrow cuts inside. Lomas gets to him. And here is Sinfield. Now it's with Maguire. He helps it wide. They've got a man on the overlap. The young man, Sutcliffe.
Still two.
Sutcliffe to Maguire. Maguire bounces off one.
Three.
And Maguire has a dash at that Saints line. And he's held up 3 short. Here is Ryan Bailey.
Move. Stay back on 4.
Burrow is shouting for the link. He's coming late.
It's with Sinfield. Back it comes to Hardacre. Here's Burrow. Burrow turns it back inside and finds Moon. Moon dabs it through. Was he taken out? Did Makinson take it out? He did. It's a goal line dropout.
Well, it looked a 50-50. I think he's going upstairs. And I didn't think he took it out, but was there obstruction involved? Yes, he did.
Yes. That's gone from the field of play. He's just played it out before his foot goes out.
Okay, it's just
So goal line dropout again.
So pressure coming from Leeds on this St Helens line. Half an hour exactly.
Okay, pal.
And the second goal line dropout that Leeds have forced. Great length on it though. Great length from Jordan Turner. And Bailey, he chopped it with the foot.
Boy, what a tackle from Walmsley. Bailey thought he was going to go right the way through the big fella. Didn't. That's a good run by Kerr.
Great run. Look where they are with just 2 tackles gone. Burrow, Maguire, Ablett, O'Hire hanging onto his neck. Ablett keeping going.
Yeah, it's causing a lot of problems in the Ablett. Loves to run out wide in the centres on this left field.
Sinfield, stuttering little run, gets it to Delaney. Delaney looping the pass back to Burrow. Burrow then into Sutcliffe. Here is Hardacre. Hardacre to Watkins. Red for danger here for Saints. Watkins!
Has he dropped it? Has he dropped the ball?
Well, that's obviously the question that Phil Bentham is going to ask the video referee tonight.
I don't think he's confident. Oh, maybe, yeah. The little finger.
I think he's got possession of that all the way down. I don't think there's any separation, and I think his hand is on the ball when he grounds the ball, so I think this is a try.
That's the view of Stuart Cummings, but Ben Thaler is the man who has the green light.
I think he's got it. I think it's a fingertip control. That's all it needs, downward pressure. Never mind all the 5 little digits. It's the little one, the little pinky that's got it. This will be given, you can see it there. Thought it was close, it's got to be a TRY. And listen to this crowd, they'll erupt when it comes up on the screen, surely.
Well, you can see how close we are to Old Trafford. 15 days to go. Leeds have taken a decisive step forward, courtesy of Callum Watkins. His 100th career appearance for Callum Watkins. His 7th try in this, his last 6 now for the Rhinos. A try in the 13-12 win against Wigan here in the playoffs last year, and a try last week.
This was the goal line dropout. The pressure was applied. They went upstairs to make sure that they got it right, and they did. Good offload there by Delaney, and that was sufficient. The little run around, fullback just teases them. You can see there, it just caught them. Couldn't get to them in the end. It was a wonderful finish by Watkins, but the ability to keep this ball alive. Fullback said suck them in. Just couldn't get to him. Melly just left it, and that's what it means to the coach.
Leeds with a decisive 4-point advantage. Now Sinfield. Percentage-wise, he is the best in the business, Kevin Sinfield. But he has missed with his first one here. 4-0, Rhinos.
And that could be a costly miss as well. Those extra 2 points could be vital late in the game.
Well, it might be, Steve-O, but at least they've got on the scoreboard of Leeds Rhinos some long passes there. Liam Sutcliffe with a little offload. Zach Hardaker looking around and giving to Callum Watkins, who used his speed just to get on the outside of Francis Melly. And young Adam Swift couldn't come in because he had to mark up on the wingers. So, you know, Callum Watkins one-on-one is a very difficult proposition, and it's fitting that Leeds have taken advantage of their field position and the number of play the balls in that third of the field.
Yeah, he just got caught out slightly to the centre, Francis Melly. He was a bit in two minds.
Well, Leeds with their noses in front. They haven't beaten Saints on this ground since July 2010, 28-24.
Well, they've dominated the key stats, although you see Saints with less possession still managed to make 3 breaks, give themselves a chance. Just meters made is massive, really, and you'd expect Leeds to have probably a slightly larger lead than they have at present.
Ablett again, he's causing them all sorts of trouble down this left-hand side of Leeds' attack.
Go, 3.
Sinfield to Delaney. Delaney then on to Hardaker. Manu gets to Hardaker. And with a little bit of help from Wormsley, the Leeds full-back is brought down. That was Maguire. He just helps it on to Sutcliffe. Liam Sutcliffe, sub in the last 2 also. The young man forced his way into the team in May. Burrow deep inside his own half with the kick straight into the arms of Lomax. Now he's got 25 metres ahead of him, Lomax. Gets him a good head of steam as well. Finds Makinson, and that's good cover defence from Ryan Hall.
Wasn't the best though, was it, by the little fellow Rob Burrow right down the throat of Johnny Lomax. Can't afford to be able to do that. That'll be disappointing their coach Brian McDermott, because right up to that point they've been kicking well, kicking away from the players.
Well, we saw Jamie Jones-Buchanan limping off earlier. The news from Graham Beecroft.
Yes, it's a knee injury. His knee is very heavily iced indeed. He is out. He's on the side of the pitch with that ice on his knee, and he's been walking, not running down the touchline. I've not been able to establish what the full nature of the injury is, but he's not coming back on any time soon, Eddie.
Oh, and there's an interception from Ian Kirk.
That was not the best offload there. You can see Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
The problem that he's got there.
I don't think he'll be utilised again.
A good anticipation from Kirk. Here comes Ablett now.
He's doing a ton of work, isn't he, Ablett? I must say, Brian McDermott has taken a big gamble as well. He's thrown on Liam Sutcliffe, because he knows that the quality of his standoff or halfback, Danny Maguire, is not at 100%.
Joe Moon's a real handful.
Big responsibility for young Sutcliffe.
Delaney. Sutcliffe was waiting for the pass that never came. Sinfield scampers into dummy half. Burrow is there. And Burrow will hoist this wide, looking for Ryan Hall. And that's a great take from Makinson. And look at the way he sets off the other end of the field. Makinson gets the pass away, but not the thing to do. Here comes Hardaker.
Oh, what a tackle. That's got to be a penalty. Soliola was holding him back.
And then Wormsley came in over the top and dropped on him as well. Burrow wrestles to his feet. Moon. Here is Maguire. Pops it up to Bailey. Bailey goes down into the challenge of Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Sinfield. Maguire changes the direction of the attack, straightens it up. Maguire so close! Has he got that down? Has he got this down? I think this is a question that's going to be asked to Phil Bentham again.
Well, it looked as though he was tackled short into the double movement. We'll soon see. He feels pretty confident.
Yeah, Maguire thinks he's scored this. It's all a question when he gets the ball to the line, Stuart Cummings.
It is. The ball ends up on the line. I think the fact that Danny Maguire's let go of the ball at the end, he must feel fairly confident. So this is the ref cam, so you know the referee's in a pretty good position. I think he's lost that ball. He's lost the ball and it's gone on to his forearm. He's got to keep it in his hand. So if we have that separation, he's got to get his hand back on it. And you can see that the ball comes away and it then hits his forearm. He's not in possession in that case.
It's a knock-on.
It's a knock-on.
Sure, yeah.
That is a brilliant
He has to hold of the ball with the hand, Stuart.
He has to take possession back. If that ball comes away, he's got to get it back in his hand before it goes on the ground. The ball on your forearm is not possession.
Well, that's your view, and Ben Thaler's having a very close look at it. I wonder if he agrees with you, or whether he will give a try in contentious circumstances. No, he won't. No, he won't. Just repeat again, Stuart, for those who might not have heard you, the ball has got to be in the hand in a situation like that.
If it comes away from the palm of the hand, he's got to get it back into the palm of his hand, and his hand on the ball before it hits the ground. The fact that the ball hits the ground and his forearms on it is classed as a knock-on.
There you are.
And it's quite clear that there is separation. So, according to the law, they've got it absolutely spot on.
The other added bonus for the Saints supporters and the St Helens team is that we've had a break. Quite an important break for St Helens to try and get their breath back, because they've been doing far too much defence close to their own try line here. And there was a danger that we get to half-time with another score racked up by the Rhinos. In fact, the pressure will still be on them, but they did get some air back in the lungs.
Well, the biggest problem with Saints is that they were trying to offload in a ridiculous situation. Allowed Leeds to get that possession.
Yeah, maybe we will look back on that, and that will be seen as the great escape.
Yeah, they've been a little bit scrappy of St Helens. They've got to settle down a bit. This is better.
This guy's ruptured the 40-metre line. Roby, here's Polatua. It was a lazy pass that.
Yeah, straight at best. Don't see much running from this fella, James Roby, like we normally do. Quite happy to farm it out.
Oh, that's a gift from Wilkin.
Boy, that was wrapped up in a box with a big bow on it.
Straight to Maguire, who didn't like the attention he received from Willie Manu. Here is Lulawai now.
Not the best. Good position, though, by Danny Maguire. Just shows you all those years of experience.
Sutcliffe again for Leeds. Maguire still out there. He's needing 2 tries for 250 tries in his career. He is Super League's leading scorer of all time, is Danny, 207.
Well, you see again that Carl Ablett is carting this ball up, and some of the Leeds forwards should be saying, hey, come on, let's give him a little bit of help. He's getting through too much work.
Another solid run, though, from Delaney, who gingerly gets to his feet. Has he taken a bang? Maguire with a precise kick, but straight into the arms of Lomax. Good tackle by Hardaker. Was there a second snap there from Hardaker?
Yeah, could have been penalised.
They're anxious to get the ball out wide to their flying wingers, the Saints, but Burrow is up to the task there, and he brings down Makinson. Here's Swift. He's joined in the fun down the right-hand side. Swap wings.
Good work as well. Got him in a good position.
Turner once again. Finds Ohio. Ohio then to Soliola. Soliola tackled on the Leeds 40-metre line now. Tackle number 4. Ohio kicking early, dabbing it in towards the corner, and will find touch. But that's not really what he wanted, I don't think.
No, I think he wanted to try to keep it in the field of play, but I think both sides will be quite happy. As you can see, they are not rushing to perform this scrum. This has been a hectic pace. A bit confused as Nathan Brown didn't like the kick, obviously.
Well, he's a bit frustrated, I think. That was really was the brains trust, wasn't it? There, Kieran Cunningham, the chairman, Eamon McManus, Mike Rush, the coach this time last year, and the CEO this year, and Nathan himself.
Well, he was wanting a high kick. That's what you need.
I think he'll be reasonably happy actually going in if the scoreline remains at 4-0, because Nathan Brown will know that St Helens haven't had a lot of possession, certainly haven't had the field position, had to do a lot of defending, and that may come back to haunt them later in the game unless they can turn that around. But you wouldn't be too disappointed going in 4-0 down after the way that they've, as I say, with the lack of possession that they've had.
That's why I said it was important that Albert Sinfield missed the conversion to add those extra 2 points.
Yeah, it's 4-0 on the scoreboard. It's 4-0 in the penalty count to the Leeds Rhinos as well. They haven't had a penalty yet, have the Saints. Half a minute of the first half remaining. Bailey will trundle the ball forward again, attracting 3 defenders to him.
And I'm sure one of the Saints players, Eddie, will let Phil Bentham know that on the way off the field. Just maybe a subtle little hint about the penalty count.
Great kick this. Great kick, and Swift has to run it back. And look at the enthusiastic Leeds chase there, hunting a mistake from the youngster.
Well, we've always known it, haven't we, that the skipper, Kevin Sinfield, when his kicking game's on form, it's normal that Leeds normally win the game.
There's a siren. Half-time siren, only the one try in the match, which Kevin Sinfield failed to convert. It came just after the half hour from Callum Watkins.
On that ankle injury, of course, they can move Joel Moon to stand off. He has played that position for Brisbane. And maybe Ablett move out into the centres.
Well, here we go for the second half. Bailey with the first run on this second 40. The end of the season for somebody in 39 3/4 minutes. And the winners will move on and will take their place in Sunday's club call. Let's get half-time news straight away. Graham.
Well, St Helens certainly wants improvement, no question about that. Just looking at Leeds, you look at the players that have been on the pitch, and in the first half, Eddie, obviously we saw Jamie Jones-Buchanan going off, Callum Watkins carrying an injury, limping, Maguire limping, Delaney has got a big scrapping on his wrist, so they're doing really well at the moment under those circumstances. They're happy with the pace of the game, particularly compared to last week, but the coach has emphasised to stick with the game plan. Everybody stick to the game plan.
They're sticking with the game plan at the moment, but that pass from Sinfield went behind Burrow, but it was scooped up off the deck by Maguire. He finds Ablett. They're giving it to Ryan Hall, and Ryan Hall is halted by the tackle over on that far side from Jordan Turner. Here is Burrow. Burrow in a scampering run, and a thunderous challenge comes in on him. This is still the last tackle. Sinfield is the kicker in chief. Sinfield slides the kick in, looking for Ryan Hall. Wood stands up for Johnny Lomax, only just.
Well, he was put under a lot of pressure with Sinfield there, but he got into a very, very good kick. Good work by Lomax, had to put his body on the line. But it's a little bit like what it was all through that first 40 minutes. Saints trying to get this ball out anywhere near the halfway line. They've been penned down by the Rhinos so often.
Well, it's a Super League playoff of desire now. Who is the team that wants it the most? Remember, they move on. They will play either Warrington or Wigan, the winners here tonight. It all comes down to the club call on Sunday. Whoever Warrington pick, will it be either of these two? Will it be Huddersfield Giants for the right to get to Old Trafford on October the 5th? 2 weeks tomorrow, the big night at Old Trafford's Theatre of Dreams. There it is, the grand final. We'll be with you 5 o'clock, Sky Sports 2, and it will be in glorious Sky 3D as well. Fantastic night. October the 5th, the Super League Grand Final. An event these days not to be missed. Luluai trundles the ball forward for Leeds, who've been there the last 2 seasons. And of course, Sean McRae has been an ever-present at Old Trafford with us. And this will be his last, because he's heading off home to Australia a couple of days after the grand final, but he will be very much part and parcel of our coverage from Old Trafford. It'll be a sad day for us all on Sky Sports when Sean stands on the deck of the ship and waves farewell. You will be cruising to Australia, Sean, won't you? Maguire with the kick to the in-goal area. Well claimed. Oh, he's dropped it. And in the end, he knocks the ball. Does he? Does he knock the ball dead? Well, the referee was right on the spot. He said he does.
It's in the whitewash anyway, Eddie.
The dead ball line, the last line on the field, isn't it?
There it goes.
As soon as it touches that, it doesn't have to go over it. Once it touches it, then it's out of play.
And not surprisingly, the mistake has come from the high bomb. It's going to be the pattern of the second half. Big responsibility, of course. Remember, Brian McDermott realising that Maguire's not 100%. Liam Sutcliffe, he's got to step up to the plate. What an emotional night for that kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Goal line dropout reaches Hardacre. Here comes Luluai again. Sinfield scheming from dummy half. Finds Mitch Achurch. Achurch out of the side, beaten by Warrington last week. Only 5 starts this year for the Rhinos for Achurch. Maguire slides the kick in, looking for Moon. And Joel Moon will score. Maybe a decisive try for Leeds Rhinos. That was a lovely little kick through, and it bounced absolutely perfectly for Joel Moon. He has played with Brisbane and his Super League playoff debut last week. There's a fat moon rising over Headingley, and his name is Joel.
Yeah, tremendous. We said the fact that they know there's a problem for Danny Maguire in the running stakes, but not in the kicking stakes. This was the bomb that started it all off. They got the dropout from underneath the stick. They set it all up, and it was Maguire out wide on that left-hand side. Didn't want to take them on, they just hesitated. Joel knew exactly what was going to happen. St Helens didn't. He splits them through. Normally you would expect Maguire to take them on. No, he'll put the gentle kick in. And Joel Moon has got that vital second try.
His 16th try of the campaign, and what a vital one it might prove to be. This kick from Sinfield to take the Leeds advantage into double figures. And Sinfield makes no mistake. It's 10-0 to the Rhinos.
I'll tell you what's clever about this play. You just watch Danny Maguire. He actually has a look, changed his mind. He was going to kick outside Lance Ohio, ends up kicking inside, and Joel Moon does so well to hold his ground and stay on side. It's a very, very well taken try, and a smart bit of work from Danny Maguire.
And he looks a bit glum, doesn't he, Nathan Brown? If it stays like this and Leeds make it to club call on Sunday, it will be the first time since we have had an 8-team playoff that the teams finishing 1, 2, 3, 4 after the weekly rounds will be in the penultimate stage of the season. A real semi-final.
Oh, big error! They've coughed up possession there.
Yes, that's an error from Leeds, and can St Helens capitalise on it with Roby to Manu? Willie Manu is a devil of a player to put down, but they managed to get to him. Down he goes. Here goes Roby now, and he finds Wilkin. Wilkin then gets the ball away, but Ablett was all over the player receiving it. It was Josh Jones. Ohio dropped the shoulder, decided to go on his own. Solid defence from Leeds, scrambling defence from Leeds. Here's Roby. Roby then to Wilkin. Back it comes to Lomax. Lomax will slip the kick over the top. Ben Jones-Bishop to the rescue, and he stays the right side of the strike.
Not the best option. Went for the aerial one rather when he should have been a stab on the ground. The little dropper would have been more effective. Good position there by Ben Jones-Bishop. Now a little bit more care will be taken by the Rhinos after they coughed it up, just about in the same position. I mentioned the fact that Ablett is having a wow of a game, and I must say, I'm sure that Brian McDermott has said to his other forwards, come on, you've got to help this guy out. He's acting as a second row, loose forward and prop. Share the workload.
Ablett, that man, gets to his feet, plays it to Sinfield. Sinfield tries to hammer it towards the corner, only finds Adam Swift. Sinfield, though, following up, gets the tackle in. Bailey came over like an Exocet missile. Lomax.
Could have been penalised there. Looks as though the knees went pretty close.
Ryan Bailey, 300th appearance last week. That was just his second since June in the last 12. So one or two of the players, in fact on both sides, I'm not going to say they're ring rusty, but they are getting back to the sharpness you need to be playing at this stage of the campaign.
That's a great kick, Chase, though. That'll let this minute to St Helens. I'm just going to make the point that, you look at this St Helens outfit, and I wonder when Nathan Brown, the coach, is going to say to Johnny Lomax, I know you're playing full-back, but you've got to start taking a standoff position.
Oh, there now, a mistake by Jamie Peacock. That doesn't happen often, and here is Josh Jones. It's a free play, this, remember. They will hang on those Saints. They will take the zero tackle. Makinson struggles to his feet. Turner then to Ohio. Oh, and they're surrounding Ohio. They're pushing him back. They're pushing him back. Wilkin through a little gap. Nobody in support, though. There's a Saints play down. He's over on that far side of the field. Here's a penalty to Saints. Nose to nose, the number 12s, Wilkin and Ablett.
Ablett had a second pull. Wilkin got the penalty, and that's what they need.
And it's Josh Jones who's on the deck. Doesn't look right, does he?
This is the chance. This is the chance now. 6 players. I hope Jones is going to be okay. He beats the first man, flicks that pass out to Makinson, and I guess in the tackle, he's injured as is it Moonu hits him on the left-hand side of the field? No, probably Kyler Luluai, I think.
Yeah, it was Luluai. Bit of a mismatch in weight, wasn't it?
Well, he has a tendency, the prop forward Luluai, to drift out and out of the main.
Not missed a game this season, Jones. Won't want to miss the last half hour here.
Well, over the years, St Helens have been great at scoring when they get close to opponent's line. It used to be Kieran Cunningham. Robbie could have been the man behind there. And he orchestrates a play that puts them over for the first 4 points.
Soliola with the first drive. From Puller to it. It's they have got over. Willie Manu for St Helens. 6 playoffs for Hull, including a defeat here 2 years ago for Willie Manu, the Tongan international. And this has breathed life into St Helens' challenge. 10-0 down. They were in danger of letting this slip away, but not anymore. Manu with the try.
Yeah, the second mistake that Leeds have cocked up the ball, and you can see there. Peacock took his eye off the ball. It allowed them to put it to this position. Another penalty as Josh Jones in the background was receiving treatment. Beautiful little run around there. Wilkin just knew who was going to come on the angle. Spin around, right in, Wilkin offloads, and Manu puts St Helens back into the mix, to the great delight of the coaching staff.
Great try, great stuff, says Nathan Brown. And Willie Manu, a priceless try from him, only his 5th of the campaign. Well, it's battle stations for the Leeds Rhinos now, because Turner will surely add the extras, and this will be 10-6, and that's exactly what it is.
Well, it's just what they needed, but Leeds, they know. Imagine that, 2 errors right close to their goal line has allowed St Helens to get in a good position.
Well, it can be a really cruel game sometimes, can't it? Because Jamie Peacock had only just come back onto the field, and he's had a fantastic season. And we talk about all the wonderful things that players do, and yet you know what, tonight someone will point out that Jamie Peacock dropped that ball, as we've already done, and that could prove to be very costly. It's 10-6 scoreline with still 30 minutes left on the clock. Just one thing that Phil Clark and I were talking about just prior to coming back on air is the fact that Nathan Brown hasn't utilised Paul Clough nor Paul Wellens at this stage, although they've just got on the field now. It's taken, what, until the 50th minute of this game. That's very, very unusual. He's clearly got a plan. I can't quite work out why, and I'm not sure why a guy like Paul Wellens hasn't been utilised just yet.
Well, I think, Sean, it is the fact that St Helens did so much defending in that first half. He wanted to keep 2 fresh players for the final quarter, because that is going to be the deciding.
Well, Clough is out there, Wellens isn't. Here are the stats, Phil. What do the
look at the difference that Leeds have made with the ball. You know, they suggest that Leeds will win, but should have a lead with those stats that I should say, by more than a dozen points. And that kick from John Wilkin, well, that won't help here now, will it, his team? They were just trying with 10-6 wanting to complete the set and get to the other end of the field. Territorially, they've been outplayed. Not on the scoreboard yet, but they continue to play this second half of their own half. Well, I think there's only going to be one winner.
Well, there's no finger wagging either at Wilkin. There was no finger wagging for the Leeds Rhinos at Jamie Peacock. They make mistakes. Yeah, you just get on with it.
Yeah, you do, Eddie, but you've got to give it a big pat on the back for Callum Watkins for applying the pressure there to Wilkin.
Well, this is Leeds' chance now. That's pressure on Watkins from Ohio, and he forces him back to the halfway line. He has pinched it. Lance Ohio has pinched it off Watkins. Is momentum swinging in the Saints' favour?
Yeah, what a steal.
Lomax goes up the middle, spins away from 1, almost spins away from 2 and does. What a run from Lomax.
Hit the brick wall there to Ian Kirk, but they're in a good position.
Clough to Wilkin, he slipped as he received that. That could have been a groin problem there, that could have been a hamstring or anything for John Wilkin, because he almost did the splits as he received that ball.
But what a steal from Lance Ohio at a time when you are desperate for possession. Only 4 points adrift. That could be the turning point. And you can see Wilkin there. Oh, dearie me. That's not good on the knee. The right knee buckled right underneath him.
Let's go in, Vicky.
He's a tough hombre, this fella. But they know the experience.
3, John.
James Roby just having his spoke to John Wilkin, saying they're in a good position. Remember, they utilise the run around. Very rare in our game. But it certainly paid off.
Here goes Roby. Here is Ohio. Feigned to pass left, took the tackle. It's the last one coming up here for the Saints. Roby slides the kick in, it's played out, it's going to be 6 to go. 6 to go for the Saints, and Josh Jones has it, and Joe Moon has Josh Jones. But 6 more here for Saints. Ohio gets away from one, gives it to Clough. Clough will trump it down the middle toward the post, only 2 or 3 metres forward. He's 10 away, as Roby scampers from dummy half, gives it to big Pulatua, and Pulatua is hounded by 6 Leeds defenders, or 5 anyway.
Utilise the dummy runners. Confuse the defence.
Manu loses it, tries to do a speculative pass. I wonder whether he knew they were offside. Did he take the gamble then?
Well, that's how he plays the game, isn't it? He plays off the cuff most of the time. Maguire thought that he'd relieve the pressure, but it's even more now.
Wonder if he couldn't have had the call from the touchdown, surely.
No.
That was a speculator that came out with a great speculation.
Well, we haven't seen much running from dummy half from James Roby, and I think he'll be the key factor. And he throw the dummy maybe and go on his own.
Well, he's chirruping from dummy half.
Okay.
He gets the ball away, but he gives it straight back to Leeds in the shape of move.
Cannot believe it.
I bet Nathan Brown can't either.
Well, Leeds have got pressure, all pressure.
What Leeds need to do now is complete a set. They've turned over the ball in the last 3 sets of 6, and that's put them under enormous pressure defensively. They have to make sure now they get at least to about the halfway mark, get a good kick in, and transfer this field position.
Peacock is spun to the ground by Soliola.
It's not often, is it, that Jamie Peacock can't make ground when he carries the ball. He didn't on that occasion. The kick's taken on the full by Lomax, and you're right, Eddie. The momentum's clearly swung in favour of the Saints.
Well, it was an option.
To Lomax.
It was an option by the skipper, Kevin Sinfield, to go early. Didn't wait to the last, went on the 4th, but it was right down the throat of Johnny Lomax.
And they're trying to get Paul Wellens on. He said on Boots and All on Wednesday he would gladly take a 1-point drop goal to A, put a smile on Steve-O's face, but also to take him past the 1,000 career points he's searching for, and of course make it to next week and stage 3 of the playoffs. Wilkin, that's a better kick. In behind the defence, it's a lovely kick.
Tremendous.
Oh, Ben Jones, Bishop just gets to it, Adam Smith gets to him.
Oh, he's bouncing all over the shot. Good work by Adam Smith, the winger. Look at that, that's great defence.
Saints are up for this all of a sudden. 10-6 down. Plenty of time to go, and the players on both sides starting to feel the pinch.
Discipline is going to be the key factor as well for both sides. Saints cannot afford to get it picked offside or messing around in the play the ball area.
Sinfield. Biggie and Kirk will take it straight and pull a tour. Probably the 2 biggest men on the field. Coming face to face there. Sinfield at dummy half. Back it comes to Burrow. Burrow will get the kick in.
It's a good one
That's a
too.
great kick underneath the sticks. Lomax has to retreat and run this ball back. The blue jerseys arrive! And has that gone backwards? No, it's a knock-on.
Deary me.
Well, he was a hat-trick hero a week ago. And is this the biggest blunder of the night?
Yeah.
As soon as they hit Ben Jones, Bishop, it's a knock-on.
Well, the kick was superb, wasn't it? They didn't bother going down on either touchline. He put it straight down the middle. He cannot believe it. John Wilkin. Boy, who'd want to be a referee with that coming up?
You'd like to see him in a dark alley when he gets annoyed at midnight. John Wilkin.
How about 6 in the morning? Never mind.
Then he actually just apologised then, I think, to Bill Bentham.
He knew he got it wrong.
Oh! Mistakes all over the shop. Watkins goes without it.
Why on earth did you want to do something fancy when they've just put the pressure?
Time off.
Saints would have had their heads down for slightly, and there's no need
Wasn't
for
much
that.
fancy about that, was it? It's just a drop ball. That's the pressure that they're playing under tonight.
I think we'll find Callum Watkins there was looking at where he was going to run rather than looking at the ball. That's forced that error. There's nothing wrong with the pass from Danny Maguire at all. But it's a simple turnover and a cheap turnover. The only thing is it's in good field position.
Yes, Leeds will hunt the mistake again. Still got 22 and a half minutes remaining. Anything can happen here. Anything at all. 10-6 Leeds.
And they're two great sides, and you just wonder that, you know, it's going to be a big error that's probably going to seal this game. Saw there that, you know, Adam Swift came up with it, and then we see Leeds cough up the ball again.
Well, it could be a moment of brilliance, Mike. Not an error that determines this match.
Let's hope so.
And that's what maybe Lomax and Swift were attempting to create, weren't they, on the outside, finding an overlap, taking a chance, trying to do something a little different that gets their side through, because you're going to have to do something special to beat Leeds here tonight.
Oh, they're inside the 40. It's a big hunt downfield from Jordan Turner, but straight into the arms of Ryan Hall. They know the importance of stopping Hall, who distracts early, and they get to him. Only Huddersfield, the Saints themselves and LKR have won here this year. 9 home wins for Leeds, but there's 9 away wins in the win-loss column for St Helens. Impressive away from home and impressive at Warrington, here, Hull and Catalan amongst them. So they know how to mix it with the best in the business. And here goes Burrow for the Leeds Rhinos, defending their championship, of course, in these playoffs. Watkins tries to go through a gap. Southend saw something there in the tackle they didn't like. And it's Church now. Down he goes on the last 30 metres away.
Will they go for the bomb or will they go for the corner?
There's your answer. They've gone for the corner. It's a beautiful kick to Ryan Hall. He releases the ball he had to, and Jordan Turner for the rescue. What a kick from Sinfield.
Certainly a good option. Ryan Hall got to it. And yet again, St Helens trying their damnedest to make sure they get anywhere out. He took the gamble offloading it. How many times have we seen this? Saints in their own red zone, struggling to get anywhere near. When it comes to the kick, Leeds are returning it and getting to the halfway line virtually before St Helens defence is anywhere near them.
And here is Lomax. And they're still 38 metres away from the line. That's all on this, the last tackle. O'Hire. And Wellens gets the kick in. This will hit the deck. And it will mean that Hardaker has to run it back from his own line. St Helens stream upfield. And Wellens and Soliola leading the way.
Great tackle, Soliola. They're all going through the pain, Barrett. It has been a hectic pace.
Well, it's been a hectic pace tonight. It's been a long, hard season.
Isn't this what we wanted, though, to get to a playoff situation, get to the final quarter of it, have 4 points between two sides on a great pitch with a brilliant atmosphere. It's a perfect scenario for us. Anybody who likes Rugby League, well, this is what you hope for in the last 20.
It's the last tackle here for the Leeds Rhinos. Sinfield down the short side, slides the kick in and will just find touch because he knows his team is ahead, only just.
Yeah, sensible kick in there by the skipper, Sinfield. Lomax made no attempt to try to get it. And again, you can see how much it's taken out of these players and the ferocity of the defence, the tackles and the speed of the game. They're very slow to back down.
Well, Saints quicker than Leeds. They want to hold the clock up as long as they can.
Yeah, it was a smart set of six by the Leeds Rhinos because they held one part of the field there. And then Kevin Sinfield was able to just dribble it in behind because the defenders had to play up because they'd stayed on the short side. A smart set of six. That's the sort of thing you need to do when you're leading. It's about protecting that lead and then trying to get yourself in a position to actually win this game. I don't think this will be the final score. I'm pretty confident about that. Somebody's going to score some more points here.
Yeah, I feel the next try scorer perhaps will go on to take the spoils.
Well, we don't get away with that, Saints. Wellens got away with this one. Here's O'Hire. Wilkin to Lomax.
Great defence.
Manu.
Oh, fantastic defence. Not one person went out of the defensive system. Kept the line intact.
Melly. They get him down on tackle number 5. O'Hire. Wilkin. Another precise kick from Wilkin. And he's herring after this himself.
Great kick.
And he's the first man to Zach Hardacre, John Wilkin.
And now it's the Leeds' turn to suffer in their own red zone. This is really tit for tat, isn't it?
The two wingers have been brilliant, though, haven't they? Hall and Ben Jones-Bishop for Leeds. Getting the side forward here now, where they're in to start the set. Sutcliffe now gets them forward. They are making good ground down there, probably more so than St Helens when they carry the ball forward.
Sutcliffe to his feet, plays it to Sinfield, man of the match in last year's grand final, man of the match in the grand final for a second time. Wanting to get back there again in 2013, as does Burrow. Scamper from Burrow, he finds Moon out the back door, gives it to Hall. He goes down, not tackled, but now he is by Jordan Turner. Referee will call held. They release Ryan Hall. He'll play it.
Get it up
on the last.
bomb.
Sinfield, there it goes, high off the right boot. Adam Swift is retreating to get back to this. Gets it safely.
That is very difficult when the ball, you're running backwards and the ball's going away from you. You have to lunge down. Took it exceptionally well.
Now, this is the great arm wrestle, this. I mean, both sides now are just completing their sets of 6, getting to their kick, getting field position and saying, right now, you get your way out of here. If you're good enough, you give us the ball back, we'll have another back at you. Both sides are searching for an error.
Paul Clough hangs on. Only 3 starts this year for Paul Clough. He's come off the bench tonight. He's also played 4 for Whitehaven. Oh, now then, did that come off Lomax's feet?
It was a knock-on.
It's a hack forward, and what's the bounce like? And Hardacre gets to it, and the referee says that Saints will turn possession over there.
Well, I think that was a knock-on back of here. He did hit his foot, but I think it hit the ball first. So, you know, I think Phil Benton was probably hoping it was going to go to the video ref to get himself up there, but was lost 60 metres here.
It's a definitely knock-on.
No, I don't think it was. It came off his knee and his shin, and then he kicked it forward. Well, it's academic anyway, because Leeds have got to work the ball away from their own line, and they've had 4 tackles.
Yeah, it's a vital 30 metres downfield, though, that counts.
This is Burrow.
Oh, he's run behind him. It's a penalty, Eddie.
It is a penalty. Rob Burrow was delaying.
He lost the plot. He knew it as well. Gave himself up. Just stopped.
Was anybody actually obstructed, Stuart?
Well, I think it goes back to the Magic weekend. It just touches his hand on that point, doesn't it?
That's a knock-on.
But doesn't the right boot get to it before it hits the ground, and that nullifies the knock-on?
Well, he would do if that happens, and might just scrape the end of his toe. So, you know, he might have probably got that right, actually.
Well, it's all about centimetres, and it's all about Leeds now having to defend.
Oops, that was off Welland's fingertips. O'Hire picks it up, though.
This is the time for Johnny Lomax to really come up with something different. A nice little dummy and step, and go for broke.
There was a blocking right from Paul Clough. He's got Roby in front of him. He pointed where he was going. The kick comes in. Oh, and Zach Hardacre thumps the ball out. That'll probably land in Dewsbury, Steve, won't it?
It certainly needed it as well. It wasn't a bad option, was it? You can see there was Roby was hunting for his own kick. Ricocheted off. I think it was Bailey's leg that it came off, but the fullback Hardacre came to the rescue. This is going to be a deep dropout.
And it's the first one that Saints have forced this evening. Quarter of an hour to go. 4 points of difference. Kieran Cunningham, Nathan Brown. Tell you what, they must be thirsty. There's some water there. And the goal line drop out.
Nice kick from Sinfield.
Gets as far as Makinson. Here comes Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook.
What a great run. Get out of the way.
Roby. O'Hire. Clough again.
They've got to think position now, Saints.
He's done well, hasn't he? To pump the legs when he's come on. Might not seem a lot at home, but making 2 or 3 metres, taking defenders forward, makes the next play easier.
Lomax has to go inside. Maguire and does, goes away from Watkins, releases the pass to Wellens. Here is O'Hire. Ohio just puts the brakes on. He gets it away, though, to Jordan Turner. St Helens asking the questions here. Oh, a knock on!
He cannot believe it, Jordan Turner. He went so close, and neither can the coaching staff on the St Helens camp.
How would that ball come out so quickly like that? Or backwards, has he thrown it?
Yeah, he threw it through his legs.
No interference by Burrow. Boy, this is tense. This is
I think he just lost the grip on that, didn't he? And he tried to completely play the ball not very well.
Well, they're trying to get such quick play the balls that they're forgetting to play the ball.
There was a time, Stuart, where that would almost constitute a penalty, wouldn't it? Just not playing, not even really attempting to play the ball.
Yeah, 3.5 matches away from the end of the season. Let's not go down that road, but you're bob on.
Go, steps aside, play on. 2.
Here is Peacock.
Hold, goal 2.
Be interesting to see whether Sinfield opts to kick early. Lomax has dropped back deep. We're anticipating that.
Kirk will trundle it forward again. Believe that's a great run from him.
Wonderful. Near the halfway line, that's all they need.
He's only missed one game all year, has Ian Kirk.
Will he go for the bomb? Will he go for the bomb?
That could have been a penalty against Josh Jones. He has gone for the bomb, Rob. Burrow. This is spiralling everywhere. Lomax. Great take. Good take by Johnny Lomax.
Well, it's real tit for tat, isn't it? Get through the 6, get the high kick. Oh, the pressure on these players. And the most amazing thing about this is that the crowd are so quiet.
Yes, they're holding their breath. They're holding their breath, waiting for something special to happen or something desperate to happen.
3, that's it.
Here is Wellens. Just fell into the tackle.
And both sides are beginning to realise now, and both coaches, that the next try will seal it.
Ohio takes tackle number 5 right on the halfway line. So Wilkin again. Little dink over the top. That wasn't the best because Peacock was there. It was a gift. They've turned it over in dangerous territory here, just 12 metres or so inside Leeds half.
Well, you'd have to say the prop forward made a great decision, but I think it was having a rest. Either way, he's come up with possession, which is vital.
Hardacre again. He gets Leeds to halfway on tackle number 3. Burrow.
I still feel that this fellow is going to be the key.
Almost through the gap there. Jordan Turner did well. He waited for him. And with the lance so higher, down he went. Maguire. Peacock.
You can see St Helens realise that Maguire's not going to attack them, so they don't even come out of the line.
Here's the last one coming up for Leeds. Sinfield from play the ball to Burrow. That wasn't the best. Makinson.
It needed to be shifted further. Outboard on that left-hand side.
At least they turned it over deep in St Helens territory yet again. And look at this tackling.
Yeah, Trundle. Nothing fancy. Oh, that's a bit dangerous in that position.
This fellow Manu. Oh, he's lost the ball. Sutcliffe has got it back. One-on-one, and he's saying one-on-one, so that will be heaven feed to Saints.
Saints ball. One-on-one still.
He's ruled that the ball's been knocked out by Sutcliffe, which you probably see that he does there. He puts his hand on the ball and knocks it forward.
There's 8,000 people underneath us in the South Stand who won't agree with you.
Yeah, he's got it spot on as the official. But if you're going to come up with errors, make sure you're in the opposition danger zone.
Checked it, it's fine.
I have never known such a massive crowd be so quiet. It's so tense.
Well, it is tense. It is all down to the next 10 minutes. A season's work. Remember, they report for training way before Christmas. Penalty here.
Silly play by Callum Watkins. Why on earth do you want to put on a high shot at this point in time? Right into the head of Wellens. This could be the turning point.
Penalties 4-0 to Leeds first half. That's Saints 4th in the second half. The scores are level in the penalty count. It's 10-6 on the scoreboard where it matters.
And Brian McDermott, you just saw him there. He knows how vital the keeping hold of the possession and to give away a penalty and 30 metres downfield. will not help their cause. But St Helens realise they're having to chase it. It's only 4 points.
Roby pops it up. Here comes big puller to her. How many tackles is that? 2.
Goal 2.
Roby again. Waiting. Gives it to Wilkin. Great ball to Manu! And Willie Manu will score his second try for Saints and the score's a level. Wow, wow, wow. What a finish we've got. What a finish is on the way. And don't forget, if Saints kick this goal, they go in front. Manu, 2 tries tonight. It was a beautiful pass, and he hit it at pace, and Leeds couldn't stop it.
Silly play, Callum Watkins. This is the one where Sutcliffe knocked the ball away, and then the high shot from Watkins gave the penalty. 35 metres upfield, puts him in the position. Wilkin with an absolute pearl of a pass. Manu, tremendous try. Come and get me. Sinfield was left in no man's land. Hardacre couldn't stop him. The Saints, they know this kick is vital.
This kick is vital, and that 2-try performance that we've seen from Willie Manu is his first 2-try performance in the Red V of St Helens. What a time to come up with it. Now then, this kick from Jordan Turner is the biggest pressure kick of the season, because there's the score, 10 apiece. We have never had golden point before. This is the 108th match in the playoff series since 1998. If Jordan Turner misses this, we might be on for golden point. If Jordan Turner kicks this, it is 2 platinum points for the Saints. He has missed it.
Oh, I can't believe it. We keep talking about the pressure.
10 apiece, and Paul Wellens a point away from 1,000 in his career. Sent on boots and all on Wednesday. And 1 point will do me if we win. It will now. It will now.
Well, it'd be a 1 point if they won it. No side that we wanted to do it. Oh, it's kicked it at the post. They'll go for the kick for the goal, surely.
You think Jordan Turner's got the distance on a 50-metre pitch?
I'd go for it.
I've seen Jordan Turner kick, Phil. He'll hit it. He can hit it that distance.
Well, we said that perhaps it might just hinge on a mistake. And who would believe it?
Let's move it along now.
That the kickoff from Kevin Sinfield on his home ground has gone directly into touch.
Well, they're taking the distance from the kick, and they will then drive it surely into the middle of the field. And Paul Wellens' drop goal would be a headline writer's dream, and here he is, the man himself.
I think I'll be on Johnny Lomax before Paul Wellens.
Well, he's only kicked 1 drop goal before, and that was 1999, Paul Wellens. He'll take one tonight. He'll take one tonight. Will they go early? Because look where they are. They're right in the middle of the field, 18 minutes away. Will they still look for the try? They will.
Well, Lomax is keeping himself back. Will they do a dummy run? Will he make it look as though he's got it? And they're going on a dummy run.
Pullatua here. Pullatua gets to the line. He's over, but he's held up.
I'd go early. I wouldn't wait. Don't wait till the last.
They probably won't go off a slow play the ball like this now, because it's easy to charge down. I'd be very surprised. They want to get a quicker play the ball.
O'Hire is there as well. Here is Wilkin. This is O'Hire. O'Hire stands his ground. Now then, here's the last tackle. Is this the moment? Is this the moment? There's no Sean Long these days.
John Wilkin.
Comes to Wilkin. Oh, he scuffed it. He scuffed it. And what pressure from Joel Moon. What pressure on John Wilkin from Joel Moon.
Wasn't the best, was it, by Wilkin? He's put under a lot of pressure.
Oh, boys.
It was a shocker. Well, what a let-off for Leeds and, of course, Kevin Sinfield, who made that big error from the kick-off.
Wigan and Warrington will be loving this. Wigan and Warrington will be loving this. Warrington have the choice now. If it goes to golden point, if it lasts, well, however long it lasts, I just wonder whether this will influence the choice now on Sunday for the Warrington Wolves.
And discipline is going to be another key, because you know it's going to be pressure on the referee. Maybe to give
Boro. Well, they're saying on the south stand that's a high shot on Boro. The referee disagrees. Here's Maguire. Now it's with Ablett. And surely Ablett will try and work the ball into centre field. There's the last tackle for them. Can Sinfield kick this from here on a drop goal? No, he can't. He's a dummy half. Well, he feigned to have a go. He gave it instead to Maguire, and Maguire will hoist it high.
He's in a good position, is Lomax.
Lomax catches it.
Bobbled all over the place, didn't it?
Hearts were missing a beat then in St Helens.
Less than 5 minutes remaining.
We're 5 minutes away from golden point.
They're out on their feet. All these players. Concentration. Bobble there, just get to it. Can Saints get into a good position? Can Leeds deny them that position?
It's with O'Hire. Gives it wide to Wilkin, who tries to skip away, but Watkins is all over him.
You know, I don't think these players know the time, Steve, because of the speed with which they're running up here. They made over 300 tackles both sides, but just look, because they know the importance of every player.
He's gone for a 40-20, Roby. He's gone for a 40-20. Oh, it's bounced the wrong way.
Oh, didn't get the bounce, did he? It's a good change.
Has to start this set of 6 with 4 to go.
Great work from James Roby there. Put the kick in, was the first there. Cat and mouse, they can't bear it, they don't look.
What a contrast. What a contrast in the Super League playoffs in the last 24 hours.
Been a brilliant game.
It's been sensational. Here goes Ablett.
That was a high shot as well. Ablett thought it was.
Here's Burrow, they're taking it up the middle. Burrow, great run. Clawed to the ground. Is this Sinfield?
He's got to go for it.
Maguire is there as well.
Sinfield, surely.
It's Sinfield. It's with Maguire. Maguire's got time. He'll kick it.
He's got it. The man who can hardly run. Hardly walk. Has just popped up with the most sensational 1 point. He knows that he's been just injured. He knows that he's not been able to run fast. He knows that his kick produced a try which was vital, but not more so than that 1 point. Still plenty of time though. They can't get excited, the Rhinos. Not as much as I am anyway.
Well, his last drop goal came in the playoffs as well against Catalan last year. And Leeds have got the ball back. I think that came off of St Helens' shoulder. It belonged to Melly.
Yeah, Melly got arm and shoulder onto it. This is on the jumper time.
Well, Saints might just get one more go at them. St Helens might get one more go. 11-10 Leeds. Here comes Peacock. They won't let this trophy go, will they? Not without a fight. They will not let it go. The Rhinos.
And nothing fancy from the Rhinos. They know that. Brian McDermott, the coach, will be saying, we want to get into a position.
He's biting your nails.
It's not often you see Brian McDermott with a face full of nerves.
Last tackle here again for Leeds.
Kick it into
dummy
touch.
half.
Kick it into touch.
That's exactly what he does. And Saints now will race to the scrum. So near, yet so far the Saints. 2 minutes remaining or thereabouts. Referee holds the clock.
Good thinking by Kevin Sinfield. Wasn't it interesting that when they set up for that 1-pointer, all the Saints players came rushing to Sinfield, and Maguire had the nous to come wide and get a wider angle, but he got it over.
Well, yes, he had all the time in the world.
Yeah, and it's generally the first receiver that's going to have the go at it, isn't it? It was a tremendous kick by Danny Maguire. St Helens, 2 minutes on the clock can be your friend if you've got the football. It's not so good when you have to defend, I've got to assure you, because there'll be a bit of panic now, a little bit of fatigue, but St Helens have to find a way to break this defence down.
Roby to Ohio. Ohio gets away from Ablett, can't get away from Peacock. Roby goes right to Lomax, ball on the inside to Wilkin.
Good tackle by Peacock.
Brought to ground because Peacock had a hold of his ankle. Ohio become wide and find Melly. And Melly gets it infield to Jordan Turner. And Willie Manu, I beg your pardon, and Willie Manu is grounded.
What an effort from Manu there. He's had a fabulous game.
Here comes Adam Swift. Knock on. Zero tackle, play on. Leeds are going to make it. Leeds are going to make it to next week.
Yeah, they'll just play it out now. They tried to do this, they got it out of Adam Swift. He couldn't keep hold of it. They'll just trundle it up, play the ball slowly. The Rhinos fans, they think it's all over. They think they've spot on. Oh, I thought Peacock was going to go for the kick then.
He's pinched it, and he's got it back.
That's amazing. Peacock lost it, but sorry, had it pinched, then pitched it back.
And it's back to one, here goes Hamlet.
He's had a wonderful game.
Sinfield, Luluai. Luluai takes the tackle. They're counting down to next week at Headingley. Danny Maguire's drop goal will do it. There's the full-time siren. The referee blows his whistle and a knock-on goal over the shot. Danny Maguire's 1 point has won it for the Rhinos. Brian McDermott's dream is still alive. Unbelievable when it comes to the playoffs. They want to play in October to the Leeds Rhinos.
Has there ever been a better playoff game? Certainly not in the last decade in my mind. What a superb contest. Both sets of supporters created the atmosphere and both teams created the performance which will live for me a long, long time. That's a brilliant event to see. Whether you like rugby league or not, you can't deny that was sport at its very best. It had everything you want. Live drama right to the very end. It's almost a pity there had to be a loser, but Leeds won't care. They're through to next week and they'll believe they're going all the way to grand final.